Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. Is this mom brainwashing her daughter into being a party girl?
When I think about what Kaylee has done to Gabrielle, I hope she goes to jail.
Your daughter's 14. You are providing your child with alcohol, allowing her to have sex.
Oh, no.
You think this is a joke?
Yes.
Her mother-in-law thinks so.
You have messed her up.
You just want to turn it into I'm the bad guy.
Shut up. You're dominating the show with your blather.
But who's responsible?
You think I'm not developed enough to make my own decisions?
You're
But
not.
I can.
You're not.
You say, I'm giving her dope because all kids smoke dope anyway, and some of that you do with her.
Yes.
You are committing a crime. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Yesterday, I sat down with CJ, who claimed his ex-wife, Kaylee, was a negligent parent to their 14-year-old daughter, Gabrielle. Now, he said Kaylee allowed their teen daughter to drop out of high school, smoke marijuana, drink alcohol, and have sex. Now, Kaylee admitted to being a lenient parent. The reason why? Well, she says her daughter has extreme difficulties with authority, which makes it hard for Kaylee to set rules and boundaries. This is what happened yesterday.
5 months after Kaylee and I had separated, Gabrielle came home and she dropped a big bomb. She was 11 years old at the time.
I explained to my daughter that I was a professional dominatrix.
Over the last couple of years, my daughter has spiraled out of control with the approval of her own mother. She's been drinking alcohol. She and Gabrielle were smoking pot together. My daughter has also been sexually active.
Sex is a natural thing. We eat, we use the bathroom, we shower, and we have sex. It's not a big deal.
Your wife has become a dominatrix, and you send your daughter to live with her. I'm sorry, as a father, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that.
The hope that I had was she would sort of snap out of it and make her understand that, you know, things are better here.
Now, Kaylee says she believes this is just normal teenage behavior, and her ex is just straight-laced and square.
CJ's judgment and disappointment was stifling and frustrating, to say the least, for Gabrielle. I smoke weed regularly, and I highly recommend it to everyone. CJ says that I'm her friend and not her mother. But in my mind, I'm definitely both. I am first her friend.
What will you add to the conversation that we've had so far?
I'd like to address your understanding of my profession.
Okay.
What I do is sexual in nature. It's not sexual in work. Does that make sense?
I'll take your word for it. I get here this morning, and they're telling me that over the weekend, 3 security guards are standing outside your hotel door. You had been very loud, smoking marijuana, disturbing other guests, and threw a used feminine product at them.
I did, yeah.
So you arrive at the Mae West building the next afternoon with your daughter and apologize and admit that you and Gabrielle just got high last night. And then, brawless, you pull out your breast in front of the staff in the lobby and explain, I sometimes get naked when I get irritated.
Yeah.
You smoke marijuana with her.
Yeah, we smoke before we meditate.
You're smoking dope with your daughter at a concert.
I wasn't smoking then.
You're with your daughter smoking dope at a concert.
She was at the concert. Yeah, she was smoking, yeah.
Does that seem appropriate?
It does.
She's 14. We've got the tail wagging the dog here.
Yeah, you come see for yourself. Come take a look.
Okay, I will. She's here.
I got so fed up with my dad. He was always nitpicking everything that I did. His philosophy is, oh, just wait till you're an adult. Yeah, well, I think the real world can kiss my ass because it's going to be awesome. And my dad really does want me to act like some typical white girl. It's just not me. I started having sex about a year ago. I feel like I'm completely mature enough to be in a sexual relationship just because I have all this knowledge and understanding.
You're 14. Does that seem to you young to be sexually active in a relationship?
No, because according to everybody else in this room, they have their own stereotypes and their own statistics for how things are supposed to be. Why can't I do these things, Dr. Phil?
Wow, that's pretty judgmental.
The whole point of the show is to judge me.
The whole point of the show is to try to get you some help.
You smoke marijuana for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do you have any idea what the research says about the neurological impact of that on a teenage brain?
No, and I don't care.
Well, now, CJ's mother, Roseanne, says she's extremely frightened that her granddaughter will keep spiraling down and feels that she needs to be taken away from Kaylee before it's too late. Let's hear what she has to say.
I wrote into Dr. Phil because I was so worried about what's going on with my granddaughter. What's going on completely terrifies me. Kaylee was such a good mother when she was married to my son. My question is, what happened? In my eyes, Kaylee is immoral, incapable, selfish, irresponsible. When I think about Kaylee, all I feel is anger. Just the sight of her makes me want to slap her. Gabrielle is so misguided and so naive, but she needs his guidance. She thinks my son CJ is the devil, and her mom is the saint. There's something very wrong with this picture. I feel Gabrielle needs to be taken away from her mother. The bottom line is, when I think about what Kaylee has done to Gabrielle, I hope she goes to jail.
Okay. Roseanne, you've been listening to our conversation so far, correct?
Yes, I have.
And you actually wrote in
Yes, I
and
did.
asked for me to get involved in this situation. What was the prime driver? What was the primary thing that made you write in?
I love my granddaughter. I love her to pieces. And I've seen what she has done to her in terms of making her 180 from what she was. Mm-hmm. Good student, good morals, ethics, caring about people other than herself. I mean, she's great at that. She's a loving, caring person. And I've watched what you've done to her. You have messed her up.
You're so silly.
And don't tell me you just started smoking pot with her, because when she was in middle school, you told her best friend that, oh, my daughter and I smoke pot together. She lost all her friends because of that. You know darn well what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're...
Yes, you did. Don't give me that, Gabrielle.
Where did I lose all my friends? I lost.
You told me
never
you
had
lost
any.
your friends because your mom told your best friend that you two smoked pot together and told them, and you lost
That was a
your
rumor.
friends.
I never
That was
told
a
her.
rumor. That even
Bullshit.
never-
No,
Okay.
no, it was not a rumor.
Okay.
That was the truth. You
Because
told me
that
that.
was before I smoked weed.
You're so confused
Yeah.
and so angry,
I am
and you
not
can't even hear.
confused.
And the worst part
You
is,
won't even listen.
In this
You won't even listen.
scenario,
That's how
you can't
confused you
listen
are.
because
So
now
confused.
everybody's
Everybody.
on my side, even though they don't even know everything, and you're so confused. It's
No,
so,
I'm not
you're
don't
very
condescend.
confused. And by the way,
No.
you take more
You're not gonna
medications
condescend
than
to
she
me.
and I put together
No.
on a date. You slur your words on a date. You don't know where we are. You don't know what's
What
happening.
are
You know
you
what?
crazy?
You know
what? That's
You're
just
lying.
inappropriate.
That's
We don't need to go
No,
there.
we
Okay?
We can
You
make
don't need
the
to go
villain.
there.
So the whole purpose and the reason that we're here, we thanked Roseanne for turning this in, because we said if anything's going to help us, it would be this. And instead, you just want to turn it into us being the bad guys. I'm
Okay.
the bad guy, and
Well,
I
let-
haven't done that
well,
to
let me-
you.
let me
I
jump
haven't-
in.
You accuse me of doing that to you,
Well, let me
and then
jump
you
in
just do
and
that to me
stop this.
constantly.
So you're the victim?
Okay,
Is that
hold
what
on,
we're
hold
talking
on,
about?
hold on.
Am I
Stop.
not?
Stop. You allow her to smoke marijuana and cigarettes. You allow her to have sex. You allow her to drink alcohol.
She would be doing them if I didn't allow her to, behind my back.
And later, you are committing a crime.
But, oh no.
Oh, you think this is a joke?
Yes.
This is not going to be funny in about 5 minutes.
She's scared.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. She's accused of faking 3 pregnancies.
I was actually 33 weeks when I lost the twins.
The coroner's office has no record.
5 babies' deaths.
There was a balloon release ceremony.
Mourning what you believe to be make-believe babies.
Absolutely.
You asked her to show you the death certificate.
She had nothing to show. Nothing.
One of these women
I didn't want her to do this to anybody else.
Courtney saw the babies with her own eyes.
is not telling the truth.
For the first time in nearly 2 years, these women come face to face.
That's Monday.
This past year, I've had to get really clear with where I stand with both my mom and my dad. My dad's just so square. He just has no open mind. When it comes to weed, my dad gets all close in my face and sniffs me. Like that. Smell like pot. Smell like pot. Ugh, God. I think my dad can either stand by my side or he can stand in front of me. And if you stand by my side, you'll be with me. But if you stand in front of me, I will run you over.
What does that mean? If you stand in front of me, I'll run you the blank over. What does that mean in real terms?
It means that if you're in front of me, if you pose a threat to me, then I won't let you become a threat to me.
How does that work?
I just don't let people affect me, and I don't know, like I'm not, but I don't let people take over me and make me feel bad for myself.
You said you came here for help, not vilification.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want help with.
I want for them to listen and stop trying to make me like I'm forcing her to do these bad things, like I'm pushing her in that direction, like
it's her fault.
like I'm
Like I
disregarding.
wouldn't do it without her.
Like I'm saying that they're wrong and not to listen to them, because that is not the case at all. And
What
this
you're
is why
looking for is acceptance. You're looking for me just to accept what you're doing to her and just be fine with it, and that's not going to
I'm
happen.
way to make that happen together.
Let me be clear, because I'm not saying that you're forcing her to do anything, but here's what you said. This is you to me. You have said that you don't force, but you allow her to smoke marijuana and cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
You allow her to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
You allow her to drink alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You allow her to drive without a license.
In the parking lot.
You allowed her to drop out.
The lot there is as big as this studio.
You know, she's
How did you
14.
bust
She's
up
been driving since she was 11 or 12.
In the parking lot.
I don't care. It's illegal.
Okay.
She doesn't have a license.
Oh my gosh, that's so silly.
Really,
Yeah.
listen, you
This
guys
is the
don't
problem.
need me here to bicker back and forth. And
You're right.
seriously, I'm so not interested in being part of that.
Yeah.
These are the things that I'm not saying that you force her or even compel her or inspire her to do, but you've told us that you do allow her to do these things because it's an expression of who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. That's
Yes.
your words to us.
And that she would be doing them if I didn't allow her to, behind my back, like she did with CJ.
Okay, you have a reason for it, but nonetheless,
Yes.
you do allow that.
Yes. And a good
You-
reason, I think.
You don't do anything to block it, you allow it. And your justification for it is she's going to do it anyway.
Like all the other teenagers that are trying to do that, they would do that behind your back.
Okay. All right. And some of that you do with her.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And your justification for it is it's going to happen anyway, so why should I become adverse to her?
It would be worse without me knowing what's going on.
All right. So that's your attitude. You guys differ. So the question is, what do you do from here? Should Gabrielle continue to live with her mother, who doesn't have a place to live right now, but will soon, apparently, right? Or does she go back to living with her dad? What really is the best solution? Well, we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to add another expert to this conversation after the break.
You and you should both be arrested for child endangerment.
That's a bold statement.
You're ruining her life.
And later, you say, hey, I'm giving her dope because all kids smoke dope anyway. You are providing your child with alcohol, allowing her to have sex. You are committing a crime.
You're just a loser, Paul.
You're the failure of a parent. You're the failure of a parent.
Why are you dating a 14-year-old child? That's a fourth-degree felony.
You have no job. You are living in the car.
I have 2 vehicles.
Does the other one have a windshield?
I produced and wrote a whole album for Beyonce in a day. My sister likes to think that I ain't.
No, you're mentally disturbed.
She thinks she's important.
Maybe you should find some way to tap back into reality.
America, welcome to my family.
What did Daddy do to you?
A father accused of the unthinkable.
Did you molest your daughter?
Absolutely not.
Come on, tell the truth.
2-year-olds get coached by crazy people like you.
You didn't take her to the doctor or call the police?
I did, it just wasn't right away.
You called 16 days later. That just seems like really unusual behavior for a mother of a molested child.
I feel my mom and I are like twins. We're so much alike. We're identical. We have the same thoughts.
We're definitely in a situation where she's like mother, like daughter. It makes me incredibly proud and excited.
Kaylee's even taken our daughter out shopping for sex toys. What parent does that, let alone their teenage daughter? My greatest fear is that my daughter's gonna just follow in her mom's footsteps, and to me, that's just not okay.
Well, CJ and his mother, Roseanne, say they fear 14-year-old Gabrielle is turning into her mother and CJ's ex-wife, Kaylee. But Gabrielle says her father needs to stop saying bad things about her mother, who allows her to smoke marijuana and have sex and live a polyamorous lifestyle. Well, I'd like to add to the conversation Dr. Charles Sophie. He is a psychiatrist and medical director for the County of Los Angeles Department of Child and Family Services. And I'm also proud to say he is a member of the Dr. Phil Advisory Board, which is made up of experts from all over the country, the top minds in psychology, psychiatry, medicine, sociology, theology, the different disciplines that help me bring cutting-edge information to all of you. And he's here to discuss how Kaylee's actions are severely putting their entire family in jeopardy. And Dr. Sophie, you've been sitting right here in the front row. You've been listening to everything that we've been talking about. You and I have been discussing this situation for several days now. Yes. You've studied this whole case, this whole situation, just as I have. We've talked about it during the nights. We've read this thing together. What do you make of this situation?
What I make about it is simple. You and you should both be arrested for child endangerment.
And tell me why. That's a bold statement. Why do you say that?
They're both breaking the law. He's not protecting her. He let her go. And he wants something to be done, but he's not doing anything. He's passively allowing her to be abused. She's actively abusing this child. This child.
And when you say she's actively abusing her daughter, articulate what you mean.
I know that you think you're coming from a loving place. I really do know that. But it's way off because you're allowing her exposure to things that you're allowing her to make a decision about, that her brain is not even close to being developed to make the decision. That's what you're making her an adult, and then she's going to be a child when she's an adult. Do you see what I'm saying?
What about her doing that behind our backs
but
without
she shouldn't
any
be
guidance?
doing that.
But she would.
But everybody
she
does.
wouldn't.
know that she would.
Every child.
Hang on, please. There's a certain amount of. Please hang on. There's a certain amount of parenting that has to be done. You guys are not even close to being on the same page. Every kid does act out, yes, within a parameter. But you're allowing her way too much power. She's an adult when she should be a kid, and she'll be a kid when she's going to need to be an adult.
Yeah.
You're ruining her life.
I want for us to find a way. That's the reason we're here.
The only way you'll find a way is the two of you get on the same page, that you have her best interest at heart. Period.
We do. And we tried that. So I don't know how we can do that. I'm not sure how to do that with them.
You say, hey, I'm giving her dope because all kids smoke dope anyway. That's absolutely, unequivocally untrue.
Yes.
You can roll your eyes and you can be sarcastic all you want. You are committing a crime.
Okay.
And later...
The grades up. It's not the point that he would tell...
It is the point. Shut up.
You shut up. How do you know?
This cannot continue.
Gabrielle and I have a spiritual guru. We both follow the work of Abraham Hicks.
And they unravel all these secrets that you couldn't have imagined to be true.
I really feel like this is just nothing but all I could do is roll my eyes.
It's about all of us being eternal beings and creating our own reality. We meditate together often.
I love meditating when we're lying down. I can just feel you and your presence next to me. We usually smoke some weed, lay on our back, cover our eyes like you're a baby in a cradle. You just feel so much love.
I'm okay with her being religious. I'm okay with her, following some spirituality, but living your life and making decisions based on something that this guru is saying just does not make any sense to me.
Well, that was Kaylee and her daughter, Gabrielle, who believe that Gabrielle's father, CJ, doesn't understand them or their free-spirited lifestyle. I want to be very straight up about this. What Dr. Sophie is saying is absolutely correct. By definition of the law, your daughter is not capable of giving consent. Mm-hmm. Because until she reaches a certain age, that's why we have laws like statutory rape. Mm-hmm. Right. When a child is a certain age, they don't have the capacity to give consent. That's why adults are charged with making those decisions for them and protecting them. You're supposed to be able to see around corners. And when you say, hey, I'm giving her dope because all kids smoke dope anyway, that's absolutely, unequivocally untrue. Yes. Well, look, listen, you can roll your eyes and you can be sarcastic all you want. You are committing a crime.
Right. Amen.
Yeah. You are committing a crime. Okay. And you can tell, you can hear me or you can tell it to a judge, but you are committing a crime. This is the medical director of DCFS. This is the man that makes that decision. You are committing a crime. This is not a matter of opinion. You are providing your child with alcohol. You are providing her with marijuana. You are allowing her knowingly to have sex. These are crimes. Do you not understand that by statute is a crime?
Okay.
No, not okay. Do you not understand that?
I do understand that, that you're right. I explained why I do it that way. If you want to have a crack at her,
But you're breaking the law.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say? What did you say?
She's worse than I am.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, no.
I did not shoot.
Oh, do you think this is a joke?
Yes.
Away.
Send her away.
Okay, you think this is a joke? Because this is not going to be funny in about 5 minutes.
She's scared.
Because your complete and utter lack of respect here, you say people get in your way, you just run them over, you're going to get that chance. Because you want to be disrespectful and make a mockery of this whole thing, you're going to see what you've created here. Yes. What you've created is a disrespectful young child here that just thumbs her nose at anything that has to do with responsibility and respect, and she's getting ready to get a rude awakening. awakening because you have taught her that she doesn't have to be accountable.
Well, then maybe that'll work. I'll watch. Okay. I'll watch. See how that goes. Just watch them.
Okay. And let me tell you, he's saying that she's allowing this. I asked you when we started, what the hell are you thinking? You said she's doing all of this, and you sent her there.
Right.
You sent her there. If all of this is true, this is what you believe, how do you do that? How do you send her into a situation where you know that's going on?
I just think he didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do.
What about some mental health treatment? Did you call a doctor? Did you call a doctor?
Yes, I've gone to so many doctors.
Okay, but did you go to a psychiatrist? Did you
Yes,
have
I went
her
to therapy
evaluated?
for months.
Okay.
I was put on antidepressants.
Okay, did you call your attorney to try to get custody from her?
Get custody from her?
From her.
Well, our divorce agreement, I have primary custody.
Take her back to, well then why are you, you're sending her into a pit.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
But both of you did not love her enough.
Oh. Wow. That's messed up.
You guys
That's really messed up, man. You know that's not true.
You guys are so proud of yourselves saying this on live
well that's not true.
Hilarious.
Wait a minute.
No.
Let me tell you, right there is another example. She steps up here on national television and drops bombs. You should be real proud of yourself, Mom.
I told her a few times. The more I tell her, the more I'm asking for it to be more. And the fact that, you know, I don't think that CJ deserves to be attacked in any way, shape, or form. He is at his wit's end. He has my special needs son. You have no idea the amount of responsibility he's taken on. He's taking care of that boy. And so to add her on top is just a lot for him.
Okay, but if you both love her, you need to get her help. Today.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Today. Before you lose her forever.
You think I'm not developed enough to make my own decision, but I can.
You're not.
I can.
Daddy let you live with her for 1 month.
Let me? Let me?
No, he sent you there.
You shut up. How do you know?
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. She's accused of faking 3 pregnancies.
I lost the twins. There was a balloon release ceremony.
Morning make-believe babies.
Courtney saw the babies.
That's Monday.
My dad likes to embarrass me only because that's the only way he knows.
I hope that he can realize that that formula never worked, will never work, and he's wearing himself out.
One time, my boyfriend gave me a hickey on my neck, and we went to a family dinner with my dad. All of a sudden, he points at my neck and says, "Wow, did everybody see Gabrielle's neck?" And I was like,
I just feel like Gabrielle is oblivious.
I feel like he's super, just passive-aggressive, like a bitch, like a woman, you know? I'm so mad at you that I'm not even gonna tell you that I'm mad. I'm just gonna be mad at you, and you have to figure out why I'm mad.
When you get in front of a judge, which is where you're headed, they look at parental fitness factors, and it's not a matter of who's the best parent, it's whether either parent is fit. And they start out looking at several different things. Does either parent provide a safe, stable, and secure environment? Does either parent maintain a loving, stable, consistent, nurturing relationship with the child? Does either parent attend to the daily needs of the child, such as feeding, clothing, physical care? Do they attend to the adequate education for the child? Do they provide for the financial support of the child? Do they identify and prioritize the child's needs above their own? I see your hand. I'll get to you when I'm ready. Do they attend to the ability to empathize with and meet the child's need? The ability to regulate impulses and emotions, assisting the child in developing and maintaining appropriate interpersonal relationships, exercising appropriate judgment regarding the child's welfare. You're like 0 for 10.
But that's the problem. My dad, that's not the issue. My dad's a great dad. My dad fulfilled all of what you just said. And my mom does the same thing, whether you believe it or not.
No, she doesn't.
And
no.
And I decided to live with my mom. I decided because I feel happier with my mom. And yeah, I really
Dad
did.
told you.
Dad
go
told
live
me
with
I
your
could
mom
come back. Dad
for a
told me I
month.
can come back, and I didn't. And then I decided no, that I wanted to stay. So no, it isn't a matter of the conditions of my living. It's a matter of my choice as a child. You think I'm not developed enough to make my own decision,
You're
but
not.
I can.
You're not.
I can.
And you're under
Say it
the
all you
influence
want.
of drugs.
Yes.
I wasn't when I made that decision. Oh, yeah, all day.
She's an adult.
Loaded. It's just silly. It's like she does that to.
Stop
it's just a
dominating
silly
the
She's an
show.
adult,
It's just
though.
a,
She's an
Really?
adult.
Yes.
The show is about me.
sorry, I thought
It is about you, not her. We're focusing on
Then I'll be
you,
quiet.
and
I'll
you
just wait.
keep taking Mommy's side. Daddy let you live with her for 1 month.
Let me? Let me?
No, he sent you there.
You shut up. How do you know?
yeah.
I know because I was with him in Italy. On the trip you could have gone on had you brought your grades
That's
up.
not the point that he would tell.
It is the point. Shut up. You're dominating the show with your blather.
What? This is so stupid.
Okay, y'all laugh and make a big joke out of this, but this is not a joke.
I know it's not. It's
Well,
not.
then you need to stop laughing about it because it's not a joke.
I'm going to be quiet now.
And I'm gonna tell both of you. Look, I've been doing this for 45 years, and Dr. Sophie's been doing this for a long time as well. Both of you, in my opinion, and it's what Dr. Sophie opened with, is you're guilty of criminal conduct here. And I'm a mandated reporter, and he's who I report to with that mandated report, which is Department of Child and Family Services. This cannot continue. This has to stop. She needs to be removed from this home at this point.
Yes.
Tell me what you want to do. If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and want to watch a live taping of the Dr. Phil Show, call 323-461-PHIL or visit drphil.com. Tickets are free, and I hope to see you soon.
I'm extremely frightened for my granddaughter. Gabrielle is still young enough to be put on the right path, but she needs this guidance to get back on the right path and away from her immoral mother. My greatest fear is that my granddaughter will go into the same business as her mother. If things don't change quickly, my granddaughter will go down the tubes right along with her mother. Both of them need a wake-up call from Dr. Phil.
You've got one of two choices here. And as I see it, and I'm going to tell you what they are, and I think you really only have one reasonable choice, and that is she needs to be removed from this home at this point.
Yes.
And I am prepared to offer what I think is a very constructive and positive alternative in offering to make available to you parents to send her to a place called Turnabout Ranch.
Yeah.
And
Remember how we said that would be a good thing, whatever it is? Remember?
And I contacted our friends at Turnabout Ranch and asked them if they could help. And here's what they had to say.
The mission statement for Turnabout Ranch is real ranch, real values, and real change. And I think why Turnabout Ranch is so effective, kind of like a three-legged stool. There's academics, there's therapy, and then there's the ranch life. And the ranch life is going to teach her lots of great things. She's going to have an opportunity to be able to be on the ranch and learn. In nature, there are things that you have to respect whether you want to or not. So she's going to learn that respect naturally, in addition to having good staff that are going to hold boundaries and expect her to follow the rules.
Now, in order for that to work, you and you must be willing to work in creating a co-parenting plan while she's gone and go through parenting training and family training that's necessary, so the people that she comes home to are different than the people she's leaving from. And we know the folks at Turnabout Ranch will do great things for Gabrielle, but if she comes home to the same situation that she leaves from, then she's going to go right back to her old behaviors. And this is one alternative that I'm offering you. The other alternative is that this is reported to DCFS simultaneous with us sitting here now, and your prediction is they'll remove this child from the home before dark today, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
And she will either be placed with a family member, such as the grandmother, who can then make the decision to send her to Turnabout Ranch, or she'll go into foster care if you don't want her. But there's no way in hell they're going to allow her to stay parented by you two until you demonstrate a change in parenting skills and philosophy. So my recommendation is she goes to a positive, constructive place and do a reset on her perceptions and values while you two work very hard while she's gone to put this family on the right track. And in the alternative, then we just let things take their course with DCFS. So tell me what you want to do.
Well, obviously, I want her to go to the ranch, and I want to get this situation taken care of. That's the reason why I'm here.
And what do you want to do?
We talked about that before the show, that if you gave her a solution, that she would follow through with that, and there's no way that could be a bad thing. So she already agreed with me that she would do that. That was part of her dad's stipulation of doing the show in the first place. And I told her that if Dad said he doesn't want us to wear blue on the show, then she would respect his wishes and just take care of that. And she already agreed to that.
Well, there's two parts to this, and the other is you two have to come up with a plan to work together that meets all 10 of those criteria. So when she comes home to a place that DCFS can say they meet the criteria. So she is in a home where you do meet all 10 of those criteria to provide her the environment that she needs, which goes against the values you embrace right now, but it puts her in a chance where she has a chance to be a kid before she's an adult.
Amen. Well, I wouldn't try to undermine something that's going to help her if it's going to help her.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Having trouble with a rebellious teenager in your own home? Go to drphil.com and click Be on the Show, or text Phil to 88500. We'll be right back. Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
We have a transporter that will take her from here to there right now, because she cannot go back to this situation. It's a criminal situation, and it has to change. And that solves the situation.
Look at me. It's not a punishment.
Does this make sense to you?
That's why I'm here, Doc.
Does it make sense to you?
It feels like punishment, you know, and
no, it's part of maturing. Everybody has to step up and clean up.
How long
they
would it
work
be?
the criteria.
How long would she be there?
They work the criteria.
Then-
So you don't know.
Okay.
It could be 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It depends on her, and it depends on you two getting ready for her to come home. Because until you're ready, she can't come. Till she's ready, she can't come.
You know what? It's about perspective.
I want to thank all of my guests today, including Dr. Charles Sophie, as well as the Executive Director, Michelle Lindsay from Turnabout Ranch, and the folks at Safe Youth Interventions. We're offering resources for Gabrielle's recovery. Thanks so much for being here. Robin, this has been a great audience. Why don't you give them a gift, something really fun. What's your hottest product right now?
Okay, one of our very hottest products is called VitaBoost. It's full of vitamins like vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin B5, and full of antioxidants. And guess what else? I designed the cutest bottle for it to sit in. Everyone must have it.
You don't, vitamins, you're not drinking this. You put it on your skin, right?
No, you put it on your skin. You're like, we all take vitamins for our body.
Oh, hell, I've been drinking that at home.
Oh.
All right.
No, don't ingest it.
All right, so everybody in the audience goes home with VitaBoost. Okay? All right. And if you at home want VitaBoost, go to RobinMcGrawRevelation.com. If you want to be in the studio audience, you can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445. Because we have a lot of fun in the audience, right? We'll see you next time.
Dad, what do you want for your daughter?
What any dad wants. I want her to be healthy. I want her to be happy.
It's time for you guys to say goodbye to Gabrielle, and we'll walk her out to the car.
What? Are you?
Hey.
Did you kiss Daddy?
Saying goodbye to my daughter was really hard.
I know it's hard right now. It is.
Listening to her cry. It's tough because, you know, she's my little girl.
I know that I'm a good mother, otherwise we wouldn't be here and she wouldn't be going to the ranch, would she?
If my mom hadn't written into the Dr. Phil show, you know, I don't know what would have happened. If it helps my daughter, then God bless.
Bounce, bounce, all the girlies bounce. Take them to my house, turn the party out. Bounce, 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 all the girlies bounce. Take them to my house, turn the party out.
You won me 1,000 times, memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it